Hello there. So yeah, man, it's Daniel here. So today was fun. Like today was really cool. Yesterday I had my free meal, and it was really good, man. Really good. After a while, I love chocolate, bro. Love chocolate. I love it. And then after a while, I had the opportunity to eat chocolate. You know, no regrets. No regrets. I've been watching The Walking Dead again. Really good. Fuck. Especially now, I'm in the beginning. So the beginning part, like, is perfect. Every detail, every second of it, you know. And I had two dreams. I sleep a lot. Today I woke up like late, like my standards. I woke up was 8:30, no 8:40 a.m. 8:40 a.m. I woke up 5, but I slept like 5 hours. So I said, oh, fuck it, let's get back to sleep. I had sleep paralysis. I was just like, couldn't move. But I don't see demons and shit like that because, well, I don't believe so. Yeah, that really happens. But like, there was a season that used to happen every day, and I got used to it, so I don't panic anymore. Still unpleasant, but I don't panic. I'm like, oh yeah, well, here we go, right? Oh shit, here we go again. But anyway, um, with that, I I have one mock, but like I woke up was late. Like I woke up and then I had to train. I know that like by 11, by 11 a.m. I was no, yeah, 11:30 a.m. I was about to have my breakfast. I have my breakfast. I had one mock for 11, so like I was busy. I had just finished the shower. I was making coffee, so I said, yeah, man, I can be the prospect because right now I just can't. No, that's it. Give her a ticket. That's my offer. Like cool guy. Very cool guy. I like him. I like him. Very straightforward. And then after that, 12 p.m. I had like it was supposed to be a mock call, but like then I talked with this colleague of mine had ticket. We exchanged informations about how to get the offers and things like that. And he said something very interesting. Is that the thing here is more like the actual skill is to find the offers rather than the sales itself in this like in both of our cases. It's more like finding the offer. That's the main shit. And like for the first time, I was like because 45 minutes of call, like I was supposed to have the closing call with them, the mock call with them. I was kind of like I was like afraid of going through embarrassment of being cringe in front of him because he's cool, he's older than me, so there's this thing of respect, and I caught myself like with this thought, and I was like and then I questioned myself after I finished the call because I scheduled a call with him for tomorrow, and I was like, why am I like with this uncertainty, like with this thing of maybe being embarrassed, like why and then like Alex Hermosi just posted this video about being cringe. And then that was funny because the time was perfect, and the thing is like the thing about shame is that you feel like your value, like if you don't perform well, like kind of like the image that the others have of you, of yourself, it kind of changes. So that's the thing about shame. You don't want that to happen. You don't want people to see you as less. But like the thing is that you care about it. You care about what other people think about you. But like if you don't care about it, there's no shame. There's no cringe because you know the truth, right? And like then I had this real conversation with myself in the mirror. I was like, okay, man, like that's it. No, that's the thing that's gonna stop you. Like no, misleading assumption that you have of how the others see you, even though you don't care about them and they don't care about you. Is that what's going to stop you? And I was like, oh fuck, I was like, oh, that was profound, you know. And then after that, I was reflecting, I was like, shit, dude, that makes sense. Then I started building my long video script. I have to do a new long video because things that had changed and I learned some stuff. So yeah, and I did. I built the script, and then I was supposed to have another mock call, but the guy didn't show up, and that was good in that case because I was building the long video and everything, and I recorded like it took me like I'm seeing here. It took me uh shit. Yeah, man, it took me bu- 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 almost well no it was actually like 45 minutes. 45 minutes to record the long. No. A video of 1 minute it took me. But yeah, you gotta do a lot of things, like you gotta be like ideally one take. I did it 2 takes. But like these two pieces with a lot of repetition, a lot of because you have to say the script, like yeah. But yeah, man, and then by the end of it, like when I was editing the video, the audio wasn't good, so I'm gonna have to record again, like which is fine because since I did this a lot of repetitions, like now the script is like more fixed on my mind. So, and then I had this call with my colleague of High Ticket. He was talking about his strategies and like he wants to do something like build a company. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm up to that, but I was just thinking like, yeah, man, we need capital to start this, and he said, yeah, that's not a problem. I was like, okay, when, when I do this, and then I explained to him how does it work, like working with small business yeah, small business owners got to be low ticket, otherwise the CAC to LTV ratio is not going to be good. So, and that's the most important metric of the business. Actually, it's not even LTV, it's LTGP, something like that. Growth profit. Yeah. LTGP, something like that. But anyway, and then I explain, like, yeah, man, like, we can do this, like, I'm gonna do this regardless, like, with him or without him, I'm gonna do that. But of course, if I have someone to do the fulfillment, and like me just with sales, that's ideally. That's how I want to go. But if I don't have anyone, I'm gonna do regardless. And like I said, yeah, man, let's do a trial. Let's see how that goes. Because like if it works, good. If it doesn't work, like no hard feelings. We're still colleagues, and like we can still talk. Like since we're not like giving all of like we're not attached to the outcome, right? And then from that, I was just thinking. I was thinking about what I'm gonna do. Like find the offers and everything. And well, the next step, I build a calendar, kind of like the calendar for the Q2 of 2026. Like today is day 7 of the Q2 of 2026. On the dot. And no, I, I've 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 made I've made yeah I've made so far $1K. I've reached that number with sales overall. If I include door to door when I was selling candy on the street, the B2C offer, which is sales, and especially the high ticket, cold calling, which I get the base. I did already like 1K, like probably like $1,200 so far. So like now the next goal is 10, right? 1K now it's 10, and like week 1, man, finish. The thing is, no, how am I gonna do that? Because I have to do the reverse engineer, right? I must find an offer like it's like 3 months, right? So I could go because I have to, is to find the offer and the ramp up process. So, but for that, I gotta be in a good offer. If I don't get a good offer, I'm going to spend like 2 weeks, and then like a shitty offer, I'm not gonna make money, and I have, even though like I learned, like I didn't make any money, so it's gotta be very strategic. There's a thing of, like if the guy can put this up, like the tools for me to do the thing, then like yeah, to do the sales, the whole sales process of the company, the client, the acquisition, generate demand for the company. Then I'm gonna do that. So far, no, the thing is find the offer, as a closer or a setter. Ideally part-time setter, and then like up another job as a closer, and like just honing on to that, like really crush it. So yeah, man, not gonna be easy, but it's gonna be worth it. So yeah, man, let's keep moving forward and let's conquer. Take care. Bye.